Yeah, you always post that you're like a beautiful, outstanding mom and your children are perfect.
Yeah, no, they're not. Okay, what's going on?
All right, you guys can hang out.
So when I talked about the confusion, I thought that was like a legitimate question.
But come to me, don't bring it to the group.
Giselle, what the hell happened to you on the latest episode of RHOP, girl? You let Mia be lying, play in your face, and drag your girls through the mud on national television without so much as a clapback? I know that Carlos King, legendary Real Housewives producer, claims that you are one of the top housewives to ever grace our screens, but I have always begged to differ, and I feel like this latest episode of the show proves exactly why. Giselle is always getting red for filth, you guys. She knows how to attack people. She knows how to go low with people. But when people come back to her, cough, cough, Monique and her binder, Giselle is always just sitting there stuck on stupid. I would think that with the amount of push that she gets, the producers obviously wanted for her to be the people's favorite and for her to be the face of RHOP. Unfortunately for her, Karen's the one that everybody loves. But even still, you would think that with all of the push, all of the friends that she has in the housewife world, she would have learned to at least read a bitch down by now. But unfortunately, she is still yet to do that. And at this point, it is effing ridiculous. Mia came for your kids, girl. Your kids, and you were still sitting there floundering like a total flop. None of the Mount Rushmore housewives would have stood for this. Hang on. I'm talking too much. Let me play the clip and then we'll get into the Mount Rushmore housewives and how they most likely would have reacted in this same position.
You always post that you're like a beautiful, outstanding mom and your children are perfect.
Yeah, no, they're not. When I talked about the confusion, I thought that was like a legitimate question.
But come to me, don't bring it to the group. Your girls were sneaking boys in the house in DR.
Yeah.
You didn't want me to bring it to the group. And guess what?
They did.
They did.
In the DR?
When we were in the Dominican Republic, her girls were sneaking with boys in the back of the house.
Oh, I caught a boy on the ring cam.
She did.
I caught a boy on the ring cam.
She did.
Yeah.
And she told me,
right,
I don't run and go and tell because that's your business. But then on social media, you post like everything is perfect.
So there you go. All Giselle told Mia was, protect your children. Do not get up here on TV questioning the paternity of your kids for a check and for a storyline. That is not a smart thing to do, and that is not a nice thing to do to your own damn kids. And she was 1,000% right when she told Mia that. And instead of Mia thinking, oh, you know what, maybe she's right, maybe I should stop throwing my kids under the bus for some money, Mia decided to double down on it and then swerve back. The bus that she used to run over her own kids, she chose to swerve back and try to throw Gizelle's kids under the bus next. And Giselle just sat there and low-key let her. She said, yeah, it is true that they did sneak a kid. They snuck a boy into the DR. Girl, why did you give her that? You should have shut her the F down. When Cherie tried to come for Nene's kid on that one reunion, Nene went buck wild on her, as she should have. She is the true OG of the Housewives universe. She is like the god tier housewife. She didn't stand for it, and she earned her crown as a HBIC.
My kids are not at Walmart shoplifting,
my
honey.
kid ain't at Walmart either, sweetie.
Oh,
And don't
he
let's
ain't at Walmart
bring kids
shoplifting?
in this, sweetie. We ain't gonna go there.
We're
with the
talking about
children.
being rich.
I wouldn't stoop to your level and go with the kid thing, okay?
It was
Don't
all
talk
over the
about
place,
the
Nene.
past. Let's talk
It
about
was
now,
all
'cause we
over
can
the
go there
place.
and talk
What?
about
Okay.
your
It was
past.
all
We can
over
talk
the place.
about your past.
I know,
'Cause it
honey,
ain't
I'm not
sneaky clean,
ashamed.
boo-boo. You better get on the right team,
Let me tell you something,
sweetheart.
honey.
You
I'm not
riding with
ashamed
the
of
wrong team.
anything
You
I've
riding with the
done.
wrong team.
I'm not
You
ashamed
riding
of
on the wrong
anything.
team.
Come here.
So you know what I'm gonna do for you?
How are you
I'm gonna give you
helping
this
me?
right here. For the rest of this time we sitting up here. Get your team to help you out.
All right, all
Get your
right, all right.
team to
Okay,
help you
okay.
out. Who shoplift?
Your son wasn't shoplifting at Walmart?
My son ain't even in this. It doesn't matter what
You
my
said
son
you
was
were
doing.
rich, honey. If
my
you're
son,
rich-
I am, but that doesn't mean I don't.
It does.
My
It
son.
does. My kids
hold
are a
it.
reflection of who
Hold
I
it.
am.
Hold
My
it.
kids are
Hold
a
it.
reflection
Hold
of
it.
who I am.
Yes, they are. But let me
Okay.
tell you something,
So,
Sheree.
okay,
Let
go
me
ahead,
get you
Nene.
straight right now.
Get me
Don't
straight,
go
girl.
there with my kids.
None of the other legendary housewives would have stood for it either. Not Ramona, not Wig, not LVP, not even Bethany. But Gizelle just sat there per usual, allowing for someone to play in her face. Because one thing about Gizelle is she cannot read people. She's not quick-witted. She's not a very funny person. She's just a mean person who knows how to bully others and how to attack others on a very personal level. But she doesn't know how to put on a funny show. She doesn't know how to snark or anything like that. Skills that I personally consider to be indispensable when it comes to describing an iconic housewife. And so with one fell swoop, right, and one raggedy storyline, Mia exposed the fact that Gizelle is just not a legendary housewife. She is not a god tier housewife like some people would love to have us believe. She just does not have it in her. She cannot clap back to save her life. And after 8 seasons of the show, it is ridiculous. It really is. Gizelle did say in her confessional after getting dragged by Mia that she was taking the time to process it, and now that she had processed the situation, she was going to come back and return serve. But I'm sorry, that's not good enough. An iconic housewife, the face of a show, needs to be able to think on her feet and come back immediately. That is what all the greats have always done. And the fact that this one is just incapable of doing it is very weird to me. I'm sorry, you guys. It really is. It's just, I can't. I don't understand why this woman gets pushed on us so heavily when she really does not have all that much to offer us in terms of wit, humor, or anything like that. But I digress. Those are just my thoughts on the massive confrontation that took place on the latest episode of RHOP. But I want to know what you thought about that, and perhaps what you thought about the whole episode in general. I will say that I loved how I'm continuing to love the camaraderie, the sisterhood, and how everyone seems to be getting along. Yeah, of course there are little tiffs here and there, but nothing nasty and toxic and vile the way that things used to be. And for that I truly am grateful. This has been an incredible season of the show thus far, and I'm looking forward to continuing the season. Also, sidebar, Stacey is absolutely stunning to me, breathtaking beauty, and I am just loving this new confessional look that she's about to debut on next Sunday's episode of the show. The highlights, the red dress, everything is working for Miss Mama. Toodaloo, guys. Let's talk in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more pop culture videos and reality TV recaps. Bye now.